Maserati GranTurismo review. What is it? An all-new Maserati, in case you weren't sure. And one that comes in all-electric form to boot, in case you weren't sure about that either. Looks can be deceptive, can't they? It's very definitely a Grand Tourer in the traditional mold though, and Maserati is the definitive Grand Touring mark. No other brand lends itself better to the idea of driving a long way fast, and looking cool while doing so. And now it's gone electric. Famously not good for going a long way at high speed, but who uses a Grand Tourer to do that anymore? These cars are now everyday supercars, all the desirability and exclusivity, fewer of the mid-engine compromises in space and comfort. So it's an EV. You can have it America 1, yes. It's called the GranTurismo Folgore and it's Maserati's first ever pure EV. Folgore roughly translates America Lightning or Thunderbolt, and similarly named versions of the MC20 supercar and Gracal SUV will follow. In fact, all Maseratis will have an electric version by 2025. And by 2030 there will be no more petrols. But there's a petrol alternative too. Correct. Maserati's future strategy forgoes hybrids for the bookends, so, America the tri-motor electric Folgore, the new GranTurismo is offered with the MC20's 3.0-litre twin-turbo Nettuno V6 motor and a ZF 8-speed auto gearbox. The engine uses a wet sump here America opposed to the dry sump in the MC20, and produces 483 brake horsepower in the entry-level Modena version and 542 brake horsepower in the more aggressive Trofeo. Chicken feed. The electric one develops 750 brake horsepower. Although you might have heard different. That the Folgore develops 1,200 brake horsepower. Well, the motors can do it, each 33 kilograms permanent magnet motor, one on the front axle, two at the rear, is rated at 400 brake horsepower, but the battery can't. It can only send out enough electricity to deliver a maximum of 750 brake horsepower. Think of it like an air restrictor on a petrol engine. But what that does mean is that all 750 brake horsepower can go to any of the motors. The rear pair for max acceleration, or divvied up for complex torque vectoring stuff through corners. Sounds good. Why is the styling so safe? Partly because petrol dictates the packaging and necessitates the long bonnet, although the Nettuno V6 is so compact that Maserati has been able to stick a difference in front of it, but mostly because Maserati is rebuilding its brand and doesn't want to alienate existing customers or try anything too radical. Besides, when was the last time you saw a car firm fit forward-looking tech under a backward-looking body? It's an unusual approach, senpai. You could almost see it America a restaurant. We're torn between thinking it's a lazy reinvention of the last car and a stroke of genius. At least Maserati hasn't lost its touch. It's a handsome machine, maybe a touch deep in the window compared to the body, but the huge aluminium clamshell bonnet, senpai, the biggest in the industry apparently.